To relax, I like to read quite a bit, listen to music is very important. A lot of my friends are abroad at the moment, so relaxing to me would be maybe calling them on Skype, just watching TV or catching up with friends that I haven't seen for a while.
My friends like to think that I don't a whole pile, but I figure I just sleep less and you can fit it all in. So it's, I think it's like everything, it's hanging out with friends, you can do it left, right and centre. As regards diet, I have to admit I'm not the greatest on all occasions. I do have a very varied diet and follow it, but luckily enough, the odd square of chocolate probably does sneak through. I just don't tell the nutritionist.
I think you have to be very conscious of having a balanced diet, you know, getting a bit of everything. You know, carbohydrates would be a huge focus for us in terms of giving us energy, and protein is really then for recovery. So after the gym, protein might be more of a focus, but after, say, a running session, carbohydrates would be a little bit more important. But then I think it's very important to make sure that you do get some fat, because fat is also very important to keep you healthy. And then, you know, the micronutrients like vitamins, minerals are so important, or you're going to break down, you know, so just a balance of everything really.
It tends to be quite high carbohydrates, so you can burn it off as quick, but when we're in the gym, dare I admit it these days, protein is obviously high on the agenda. But the sports drinks, there's so much out there at this stage, you know, and there's so much advice available, and so it's just a question of, you know, taking advantage of what's there. And to be fair, there's a lot to be said just for variety.
My style, I would say probably not very stylish, but I'd be very casual, just like to be comfortable in what I'm wearing. I think that's the most important thing, because I think people think you look good when you look comfortable, you know, so. I would say just a nice pair of jeans are always good. Probably have Converse on, that's the real casual look.
Style-wise, goodness, anyone on the front of a magazine normally is a good way to go. Or yeah, there's certainly a few of the actresses that I think I'd like to be like them, but here's to dreaming.
Style icon. Anybody who wears anything that's kind of just very casual, but you know, you can tell that they've put a bit of effort into it, but not over the top. I'd open a magazine and think, oh, that's really nice, you know, but nobody probably in particular.
Kate Hudson, a bit of Havana hair, but I need to dye my hair for a start, wouldn't I? So maybe just so I can get on show with Matthew McConaughey here and there.
The worst effect, I would say, probably not seeing your friends as much as you'd like to, or not getting to go to the parties and stuff like that. I think it's a choice you make. A lot of people think it's a sacrifice, but you know, I choose hockey and my friends will be there. They're very understanding, thankfully. They know what I'm doing and they're prepared to catch up with me whenever I'm free. I
think my friends would say is that you're not around a lot, you know, there's a night out and you have to making excuses, to be fair, is my worst one, because I'm not the greatest for saying no, which is something you definitely have to learn to do.
I think you have to put things on hold. You can't just go out and have a good night out, you know. If you go out, you probably come in at 11 or 12 or whatever. You have to make sure that you're recovering properly, and sleep is such a huge part of that. So you do tend to feel like a bit of a hermit sometimes, but thankfully there's quite good banter between the squad, so we'll go to somebody's house and have the crack. You know, that might not be drinking or nightclubs, but we'll get together and have good crack. Music, I would say I'm a big Bruce Springsteen fan, but any of the chart music actually. I didn't used to be somebody who liked all the cool music, but I'm getting to know it now, so and I like it, which is good. I think anything with kind of a good beat, so the Kanye West, the Gaslight anthem actually is something that I'm looking at the moment. I quite like that before training. So. I'm
not really into the pump, like if before a game and stuff. I'm the opposite. I actually hate the idea of, you know, everyone shouting and screaming around the place, but I'd end up listening whatever's going. Again, bought Now 77 the album recently, and it's got a few tunes on it that I don't go too badly.